Hi, I'm Lexi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a swimsuit try-on review of the swimsuits from the brand Bravissimo. I was actually recommended this brand, my cat just jumped up. I was actually recommended this brand by one of you, and I really appreciate that. The idea of this brand is that they sell clothes and underwear and swimsuits and all that for women with larger bust size than clothes are typically made for. Basically, if you have to order your clothes a size or at least a size or maybe more sizes up due to your bust, than would normally fit your shoulders or your waist or your hips, then this company is like aimed at you. Now, they've got some like Bravissimo brand things, but then they've also got a lot of clothing from other brands that they sort of collect into one place. The best thing about Bravissimo that I've seen is that they have an amazing return policy. So they really encourage you to buy the clothes, buy the same thing in multiple sizes, and then try it on at home and mail back what you don't want. And the first order I placed from them was a swimsuit and a bra. The bra was my size, but I didn't like the way it fit. The underwire like dug into me at a certain point, and I returned it. And I also did a virtual fitting with the associates at their store in, I think, New York, and that was a really good experience as well. Although it was kind of weird to wear your bra on like a web camera with a stranger. Like, that was a little strange, but it actually went really well. So I guess the first important part is to really know what your bra size is. I think a lot of us think we know what our bra size is, and then we find out that, you know, those bra sizes are pushed on us because a lot of the companies that make bras or sell bras, Victoria's Secret, they don't want to carry a large range of sizes. So they push this idea of sister sizes onto you, meaning that if you get a smaller cup, you can just get a bigger back size or band size, and that it will still fit you. And that might work with things that are really stretchy like a bralette, but I'm of the opinion that it's kind of like bull crap when it comes to like an underwire, like a properly fitting cup. But that aside, I was actually looking for swimwear and I decided to give Bravissimo a try. Now, I've always had a big problem finding swimwear that fits, and I've always found it to be too short, like really too short. And I never understood that because I'm 5'6½", 5'7"-ish. I'm not terribly tall, and a lot of my friends with similar heights were not having this problem. I've had the company Long Tall Sally recommended to me, but a lot of their swimsuits I didn't like, and the ones that were cute were like perpetually sold out. And I also have to say that I like to wear one-piece swimsuits. Whenever I go swimming, I'm like really in the water and like to swim around, and whenever I've worn bikinis in the past, I've had a problem with like popping out of them. So it's not really something I don't really want to wear a bikini. I want to be able to wear a one piece. And I've also mentioned a lot of times on this channel that I just don't like exposing my skin, not for any sort of like moral or modesty purpose, but just because I just like the feeling of being covered up, and being in a bikini makes me feel like I'm in my underwear or something. But that does pose a problem, because then you're not only talking about a swimsuit fitting you around, you're talking about length. So I've always had a problem with my swimsuits being too short. And I guess after a long time I realized that it is because I'm a little taller, but it's also because I'm bustier. So they have to stretch like around the bust, which kind of eats up some of the length, as it were. So I decided that I was going to give Bravissimo swimsuits a try. Now, their swimsuits are just sold by cup size, which I guess is kind of interesting because I guess they assume that if you have, let's say, a certain band size, and that they're going to understand what the waist or hip size is. I'm not really sure, but I wanted to give it a try. So I actually bought 5 swimsuits and only ended up keeping one. Now, I will say that because I was wearing these to return these, I tried these on over leggings. I tried them on over pink leggings, which is going to give this kind of like a fun 80s like workout gear leotard vibe. But I just did that for sanitation reasons and because I, you know, also this company knowing that they like send things out and then people mail them back, I didn't know how clean the items were and I also didn't want to make them dirty, so I wore them over leggings. My cat really wants to get fed. No, it's not dinner. No, he really wants it. Okay, so I'll show you guys. I do have a swimsuit currently. I don't like the way I look in it. It was one of those situations where we showed up to an Airbnb and we didn't realize it had a hot tub. Like, yay for bonus hot tub. But I didn't have a swimsuit where we were. So I went to Walmart and I bought like a $5 clearance swimsuit. And I love the way it fits from the front. From the front, I think it's really flattering. But from the back, I like to think of it as diaper butt or something. Now, I think this is because I have really high hips. So if I have a leg line that's cut really low, it has a tendency to like just accentuate how like tall my hips / my butt is or whatever. I just don't think it was very flattering. And I'd had the swimsuit for like a couple years and I just wasn't really happy with it. I will say that this swimsuit was one of the few I've had where I felt like the bust was mostly at my bust. It was a little low, meaning the swimsuit was a little short. So like in a lot of ways, I wasn't super happy with this. It was serviceable, but I want something that's cute. I'm going on my honeymoon in a couple months and I want to be able to wear swimsuits and feel like fun when we're down in Southern California. So let's get started. And I'm really nervous for you guys all to see me in a swimsuit, but everybody is a swimsuit body, so let's go move forward. And just FYI, you guys, if you see me looking down to the right, I'm like replaying the footage I took of me in the swimsuits just so it's like fresh in my mind so I can talk about what I thought of the swimsuits. The first swimsuit I will be showing you guys was actually one of the nicer ones in terms of like the length. Now this suit was decent enough. It had some looseness under the bust to define the bust, but not enough. Like it was still like there was still some tenting. And then worst of all, the seams at the bust. Now it's nice that they had seams at the bust, so there's some shaping there, but they came to like nipple points. And every single review pretty much said that same thing, that they returned it because of the nipple points. Like the way the seams come out makes it look like you can see your nipples, even though you can't. And I was not super happy with that. Also, I realized that every single one of these swimsuits has a band back of some sort to really hold it in place over the bust. And I don't like completely know how I feel about that. It does make it like very tight and almost maybe a little uncomfortable, but this swimsuit was all right. It was actually my first pick because it was giving me strong like Baywatch vibes and I liked that. I liked the ruching at the side of the hip. I thought that would be flattering, but overall, the swimsuit was not super flattering. And I was really hoping that, considering this company is for people with big busts, that they would understand that I needed some like under bust definition. But this one was like, it was okay, but it was clear that this wasn't going to be my swimsuit. The next swimsuit I tried was a super fun tropical swimsuit. And at first I was like, yo, this might be the one. It's got really nice definition at the bust. It actually had like a full-on like bra type strap with 3 hooks and eyes. Or maybe it was 2. But anyway, it had a proper like bra type strap, but it hid it under the swimsuit. So I thought that was really cute. However, it had that, and it had nice decent under bust definition, but it had this problem where like the fabric just like gave me uniboob. It was like, it would have looked so much better if they just included a couple extra stitches of ruching there at the center of the bust, but it made like a really weird uniboob. I also wasn't like totally a fan of the leg line. I thought it was a little low. I felt like this wasn't an improvement over, like this was I tried this on second and I thought this one was, I guess, the best one I'd tried on of the two, but it was not, it was not any that much better than the old blue one I already had, so I wasn't like super convinced. And I was feeling a little disappointed because like the bra closure and everything made me think like, oh, this one's gonna be really great. Also, I felt like the bust under wires hit me too low. So that's telling me that even though a lot of these have adjustable straps for different heights, it's still too short of a swimsuit. It's still, the under wires hit me a little too low. The next one I tried, even though I didn't really like the looks of it, purely because it was one of those ones that like should work for me according to like, I'm a soft, dramatic, cubby body type, but like, I thought it was ugly. Also, this one was insane. You guys, the underwire was like at the bottom of my ribs. It was pretty much at my waist. Like, why would they put them so low considering how like actually high of a swimsuit? And just the whole thing, it made me feel like they thought my bust should be like at least 4 or 5 inches lower than it was. So I was a little disappointed in that. I thought like maybe if it's done well, maybe if it fits, it would give me like the wrap effect, which is usually kind of flattering on me, but the whole thing just like pulled my boobs low and I was not very happy with it. I think it looks okay from the back. I think that the legs are cut a little higher on it, which is nice. That part was flattering. And the closure at the back didn't look like too bra-like. And I thought it was okay. Just, yeah, that weird low cup, like the waist height cup. So if you are short, I think that this could be really great for you. It also, the tie in the front distracts from a stomach. So if you're self-conscious about a stomach or something, I think that this could be a really cute one for you. The next one had almost no reviews, but I thought that it would be really pretty. I like the clean lines. I like the asymmetrical vibe. I think it's really different. This one felt very sporty. There's like a big metal grommet. But for some reason, the cups on this one ran really big. So if you guys are looking at this swimsuit, the cups on it run really big to the point where like you can see the extra fabric of the cup material just like wrinkling under the suit. Also, there was no under bust definition once again, so it like pulled straight down from the bust. And the cups also sat very low. This one overall, I was really disappointed in because it didn't really have any, well, it had some bad reviews talking about the cups, but then it had a really good review, and the girl sent in her picture of her wearing it, and I was like, she looks great. I thought it was really flattering, and I didn't see the issues that other people had said where they had talked about the cup being visible. So this one was actually a huge disappointment. I was really looking forward to it. I thought it would be flattering. I thought it would be like kind of fun and different, being the one shoulder. I don't know. I felt it would be very like kind of glamorous with the big metal grommet. I don't know. I just was disappointed by this one again. Okay, so then the next one I tried on was me saving the best for last. Well, not the best. The one that I knew was most likely to fit, but I actually wasn't that like enthusiastic about. Last one that I tried on was like a leaf print tropical swimsuit. Now this one was pretty good. The legs fit pretty high, but what I didn't like about it was that it's got a full articulated bra top on top of the swimsuit. Now, I knew that this would be my best bet for definition. And I also knew, based on conversations I'd had with customer service, that this was one of their longer swimsuits. But I didn't want that look. I didn't want my swimsuit to look like a bra with a swimsuit attached. I don't know. It just didn't seem very, I guess you could say, like glamorous or carefree. It just looks very, I don't know, structured. And there's nothing wrong with that look. It's just not the look that I wanted. I wanted something like more draped and elegant looking rather than like constructed, I guess you could say. But yeah, no surprise here. This one fit the best because I had bought it with my bra size, and that would be 34E. I bought it with that bra size. So it fit in the bust, and that's the one where I had the hardest problem with. So I was a little concerned, because I'm trying these over leggings, I was a little concerned with how it fits on the hips, because that's something that gets me a lot. I don't like it when they're too tight on the hips, and then they like dig in and make like a big bump in the fat that I have on my hips, but I'm trying to get like less self-conscious about that, because when I look at pictures of like curvy women in swimsuits, yeah, their swimsuits like dig into their flesh, and I never think it looks bad. I always think it just looks like sexy. They look like lush, but for some reason when it's me, I'm like, oh no, it's terrible. So I knew that this one might have a problem with that, but this is the one I decided to buy, and I sent them all back. However, you guys, the story does not end there, because the day before I was going to film myself trying all them on, I'd actually had the swimsuits in my house for like a week and a half, and I was waiting for like a day off where I could try them all on. The day before I did that, I was in the mall. I had parked near like the Macy's entrance, as you do, and you walk through the Macy's, and I walked right by their swim display. Now, knowing that like, I mean, I can never find swimsuits that are long enough. They always just like pull down, and it's just like awful. I've tried so many swimsuits on in so many stores, and I've never had luck. But I was walking through the Macy's, and I look over, and I see a Pablo. No, I look over, and I see the longest swimsuit I've ever seen at Macy's. It was like hanging lower than all of the other swimsuits. Now, at first, maybe I thought like the straps, if it's like a tie thing, they weren't adjusted. And then I realized like that's part of it. But like the swimsuit bodice itself was way longer than any of the other swimsuits there. It's by the brand Jessica Simpson, which I don't know. I feel like sometimes her designs are like really well thought out for women, and sometimes it's like no one wants to wear 8-inch stilettos, Jessica. Like I don't know who you think is going to wear those. But anyway, I had seen this swimsuit, and I was like, that's really long. Let me give it a try. So I went in the dressing room. I tried it on, and you guys, it's amazing. It's actually long enough for my body. There are some built-in cups, and they hit my bust right where they're supposed to. And what gives it that under bust definition is that there are ties where like the shoulder strap goes up and around and then loops through like a loop attached to like a side band. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically there's a pull point that holds on the back part that lines up perfectly with my under bust, so it pulls the swimsuit like against my body there, and it looks perfect. Like this swimsuit fit me perfectly. So the real winner out of all of this, unfortunately, was not Bravissimo. It was Jessica Simpson's swim line. So I guess as a summation, I want to say is that as wonderful as Bravissimo seems like it will be based on cup size, there's just so much more to fitting a swimsuit than that. However, I am lucky enough that while my breasts are a bit larger than are really fit in traditional clothing stores, I can still get away, like with the Jessica Simpson one, of not having necessarily like a swimsuit with underwire. So if you have a larger bust and you really do need that support, if you're in the G's, in the H's, in the I's, and the J's, and Bravissimo goes all the way up. They go, I think their under bust bands also go up to like 40 or 44. I highly recommend you check them out. There is a little bit of like, they assume that your under bust size is related to your stomach size and your hip size. So I could potentially see an issue with that. However, I think that there are a ton of options on the website for one-piece swimsuits. And if you're willing to do a bikini, there's even more options, because, you know, then you don't have to worry about the length or the stomach part fitting you. So all in all, the swimsuits from Bravissimo were interesting, and I'm glad I got to try them on. And like A+ to their policy of me being able to buy the swimsuits, try them on, and return them as long as the sticker, the sanitation sticker in the inside remained intact. So that is my review. I have 2 new fun swimsuits. I kept the leaf print one, and I kept the Jessica Simpson one. And you guys, I wore them. So I filmed this a few days ago, and then I went to visit my family, and we went swimming in a lake. And I have to say the Jessica Simpson one, like, fit me in terms of on the hips too, just like lined up perfect. It was like way better. So there you go. That's the real winner here. If you are tall and busty like me, or you have a similar figure to me, I would suggest tracking that swimsuit down maybe on their website or at Macy's where I bought it. So there you go. This is kind of a short, fun one this week. Thank you for watching, and have a good summer and have some fun swimming this summer. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
Let's go on a date, we'll go